This particular sum is shaded region. So when you have a shaded region, it either has to be an area or a volume. Remember, space, shaded region represents a space, flat space. So if it's a flat space, we call that flat space area. If it's a solid space, we call that a volume. So flat space or solid space, that's how it is going to work. Shaded region is always a flat space. So when you have to find the volume, what they do, you have to imagine that this flat space is being rotated on the x-axis or on the y-axis, but usually on the x-axis, so that it forms an imaginary solid. Now this particular question is about the region R is rotated through 360 degree, meaning in a complete circle, to form a solid, an imaginary solid. That means this picture is going to look like this. When you have this, and this is the picture, and the region is 1, 2, 3. This is the region. Now if you rotate it on the x-axis, it's going to be some sort of a solid like this, like a bell with the top cut off. Remove this. So this is what the solid looks like. When you're finding the volume, you're actually finding the volume of this solid. The rule for finding the volume, think of this like a cylinder. Whenever you rotate something, it's like a cylinder, and this is the x-axis of the cylinder from limit A to limit B, and this is called dx, and this is the radius of the cylinder is the y. So the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. By integration we do this, limit A to limit B, pi, radius is y squared, radius is squared, height is dx. So pi y squared dx is how you do the volume. For this particular sum, we know the limit is from 1 to 3, so we write y equals to 1 to 3 is the limit, pi y squared dx. So that's the Cartesian rule for the volume. Now we can plug in the value of y. It's always a good idea to bring the constant pi. Pi means 3.14. If we bring it outside, it will be an integration of 1 to 3 x e to the power x whole square dx. So this would be pi 1 to 3 x squared e to the power 2x dx. So that's the integral that we have to do. Now they will mention in the exam by parts, but you know from the common sums that x squared e to the power anything, that's by parts. So they have mentioned use integration by parts to find this. Now the integration by parts formula is given by, if you have to integrate from limit a to b, u dv by dx, so this is going to be uv a to b minus integration a to b v du by dx. So that's what you have to do. And how do you select u? U is selected by LATE, by this order. L represents log or ln, algebra A for A, T for trigonometry, and E for exponential. So in our sum, if you take a look at that, LATE, so exponential is at the end, E, so A is algebra, so U has to be this. So let's start the sum. So we can write, first of all, let's do one thing. Let's take volume equals to pi I. Let's take this integral as I, because it's easier to write it if we write it as I. So I equals to uv. So we know what u is. U is x squared So this is u. Now v represents dv by dx. Remember, if one is u, the other one is dv by dx. So that means if dv by dx is what we know, therefore v is going to be integration of that thing. So that's the rule, that's the fundamental rule of calculus. So if v is e to the power 2x, then in this particular sum, if dv by dx is e to the power 2x, in this particular sum, integration of e to the power 2x is going to be e to the power 2x divided by 2. That's the rule for integration for exponential function. It is unchanged, but the chain rule is going to be divided by 2. So limit is 1 to 3 minus integration 1 to 3, that's the limit 1 to 3. V is going to be again e to the power 2x divided by 2, and du by dx, the derivative of u, derivative of x square, is going to be twice x. So dx. So this 2 and this 2 cancels. So if we put the limit, it would be 3 square e to the power 2 into 3 by 2 minus 1 squared e to the power 2 into 1 by 2. Now what we can write here is 1 to 3 x e to the power 2x dx. So this is one more time we have to do integration by parts. So this is 9 by 2 e to the power 6 minus this is e to the power 2 by 2. So this is this minus, let's do integration by parts again. Now let me put a big bracket here because we are doing integration by parts again. So LATE, u is going to be x, so this is uv, so u is x, v is going to be the integral, since this is dv by dx, so e to the power 2x equals to dv by dx, so integration of that is going to be e to the power 2x by 2, the limit is 1 to 3, minus integration limit 1 to 3, v is going to be e to the power 2x by 2, and du by dx is going to be derivative of x, it's going to be 1. So that means 9 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus, now we can put the value here 3, so this would be 3 e to the power 2 into 3 by 2 minus 1 e to the power 2 into 1 by 2. So that is the limit from 1 to 3 here. Then minus, if we do the integral here, e to the power 2x by 2 is going to be e to the power 2x by 2, and there is another 2 here, so this would be 4, and the limit would be 1 to 3. Okay, so this is going to be 9 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus, let me keep the bracket here, this would be 3 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus, now we need the bracket here, if I put 3 here, this would be 1 by 4 e to the power 2 3 is 6, then minus, if I put 1 here, 1 by 4 e to the power 2. Okay, be careful about the brackets. So this would be 9 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus 3 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus 1 by 4 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 4, minus minus will become plus e to the power 2. Okay, now let me scroll down and finish it off. So this would be 9 by 2 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 minus 3 by 2 e to the power 6, minus minus plus 1 by 2 e to the power 2 plus 1 by 4 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 4 e to the power 2. So this minus and this plus cancels, and so the remaining is going to be, if I take e to the power 6 common from this 3, it would be 9 by 2 minus 3 by 2 plus 1 by 4 e to the power 6, and there's only 1 e to the power 2, which is 1 by 4 e to the power 2. So 9 by 2 minus 3 by 2 plus 1 by 4 is going to be 13 by 4. So this is 13 by 4 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 4 e to the power 2. So remember, the volume was pi I, so volume equals to pi, and instead of I am putting 13 by 4 e to the power 6 minus 1 by 4 e to the power 2. So that's the volume.